never let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every...
Welcome to Iceland. I am here staying in this little shack behind me in basically the middle of nowhere to race one of the craziest gravel races on this planet, the Rift. A 200-kilometre gravel race around the circumference of one of the most active volcanoes on the island. And I thought it'd be quite interesting to take you along behind the scenes to show you exactly what I get up to before, during and after the race. Let's go. So it's currently Friday morning, the day before the race, and today's plan is just to try and have as relaxing day as possible. The place I stayed last night was in a little container, pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but as you can see by the mountains and volcanoes in the background, it's a pretty stunning backdrop. But tomorrow's race is about an hour away from where I was staying, so I'm going to drive down there this morning, go and sign on, go for a little ride, and then I'm going to stay in the town where the race starts tonight. So yeah, take you guys along.
My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds.
I'm just packing up all my bits and pieces for tomorrow's race, doing things like, putting my electrolytes into my hydration bladder, working out what nutrition I need to be taking, what clothes to pack, and just trying to be as organised as possible as tomorrow's race starts so early. Being organised just means everything this evening and tomorrow is as less stressful as it can be, so that I can just focus on the race and keeps it nice and easy. I reckon I want to be having around 80 grams of carbs an hour, so I need to be having one of these and one energy chew an hour, and then as the race goes on I'll start moving to energy gels. I guess as well as getting all of my riding gear ready for the morning, I'm also going to be getting my breakfast. Starting a race at 7:30 is actually really difficult, because when you wake up at 5-6 o'clock in the morning, the last thing you want to be doing is really eating. So I'm just going to make some Vela Forte overnight oats. I've actually had these before every single gravel race I've done so far this year, and not to jinx it, touch wood, but I've not finished off the podium once so far. And this flavour, smooth cocoa, that's right, has been my go-to for every single one of those races. Now, I'm not superstitious at all, but if it works, why change it? So I'm just going to make that up into my hydro flask thing, make it with some water, and then have that tomorrow before the start of the race. Now, there is a specific ratio of 90 grams of oats per 125 mils of water, but I don't have a scale, so I'm just going to wing that and hopefully give it a little stir. That should be about right.
I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. It's your chance to be ruthless.
I'm stressed. Hello. Have you started recording? Yes. Hello, we're here at the Rift in Iceland. I'm here with Tom Cousins.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm here with Tom Cousins ahead of the Rift. I've got some questions for you, Tom.
Should we check if the mics work first?
Yeah, should we check that they're working? Tom, questions for you. Are you excited for tomorrow, firstly?
I am stoked.
Yeah? What are you expecting?
I've got no clue, to be honest. I'm just here for the good vibes, good time.
Have you ever ridden in Iceland before?
No, never left Europe.
Have you not?
This isn't Europe.
This is Europe.
This is Europe. I did geography A level.
Yeah. No, this officially is in the EU, I think.
Yeah, we are in Europe. but I've never left mainland Europe.
Okay, yeah, you can say
So
that. That works.
This is a difference.
This is different.
Yeah.
Have you seen the gravel here yet?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna just say, expect something to be like Mars.
It looks like something off Mars or a different planet.
And what are you gonna do about the river crossings?
I think you just got to go for them, don't you?
So you're riding.
We're gonna get wet anyway, so you just sort of just have to go for it. Carry your speed. Yeah, not too slowly, not too fast. Cyclocross, isn't it? Cyclocross race.
Yeah, if it's just like a cyclocross race, just a bit further.
Yeah, just a little bit more crazy.
Let me just see if I've got any more questions.
Imagine this: the interviewer doesn't know our questions.
Sorry, I'm not quite prepared. What's your pre-race meal for tomorrow? What are you gonna eat?
In the morning?
Yeah.
Vela Force, overnight oats.
Of course, he's got to brand drop there.
Yeah.
My last question for you is: do you believe in elves?
Apparently they're quite popular in Iceland. Apparently they're everywhere, hiding under all the trees.
So you believe that they are here?
Yeah, I think they are here.
That's a yes.
Yes,
a strong yes from Tom.
I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Just checked into our accommodation, signed on, and now out for just a nice, easy hour's ride to try and spin the legs out as much as possible. The first 10k or so is quite like a neutralised, fast road section, and then you turn off and head onto probably some of the most glorious gravel I've ever come across. Just stopped off at a waterfall, take some nice scenic photos. And then, yeah, it's literally 5 kilometres all off road after the neutralised zone, just to really warm the legs up. Yeah. I mean, doesn't get much better than that for a view. The unique thing about this course are these river crossings, and yeah, it looks like something off Mars or a different planet. So this is about 15k in to the race, and yeah, you literally just send it straight through there. But you can't particularly see it very well. But as you can see, the river meanders all the way down the valley, and you just essentially crisscross over and over. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Could be interesting. I think looking at them, they don't look particularly deep, but yeah, you never know quite what is under them. So yeah, looking forward to it. And it's just sat down for dinner, which is literally plain rice, falafel, olive oil and salt. So really, really simple. And then we got a ski yogurt for pudding, and then some nice dark chocolate to finish it off. Because yeah, tomorrow's 200 kilometre race, you need carbs. Just landed back in the UK from Iceland and realised I forgot to do a bike check before the race. So yeah, I thought it was a good time to show you guys my setup, and then later, once you've seen all the in-race footage, you can basically see if I thought that was a good setup or not, as it was probably one of the hottest topics of the weekend. What tyres are you running? What size chain ring? Questions like that. So yeah, here's the rundown of exactly the total spec of my bike. So here it is. This is my Ribble Gravel SL in a limited edition Ribble Collective colourway. So as you can see on the forks, we've got this like really deep navy blue with pink decals, and then it's a really nice slightly more teal blue frame with again pink details Ribble on there. And I pair this with these 45mm deep EFS wheels, disc 12mm through axles, and the bike itself, we're running SRAM Force AXS 12 speeds this year, which I mean, For gravel, it's been absolutely perfect. Last year we ran Shimano GRX 11-speed Di2, and actually the SRAM is something that I much prefer, especially for gravel. Just that one extra 12-speed makes a huge difference. So yeah, on the front I've got a 44 tooth, and on the rear I've got a 44-10. So I've got a 1-to-1 ratio and then a 10 on the bottom. Just gives me loads of, I guess, a huge ratio. So I'm never really spinning out, but I'm never grinding out, even on the really tough climbs, except some of them which are too steep for pretty much anyone to ride, as you'll see later. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything there is. I've got a chain catcher on the front for gravel. I think that's vital to have a chain catcher, just stops the chain coming off. And yeah, then 2 bottle cages, and that's pretty much it. I guess the tyre choice was these 45mm Schwalbe G1s, which I've been running for about a year now, and yeah, they've been faultless, and I couldn't recommend those more. For hydration, as you saw, I ran 2 bottle cages, but I also ran a hydration pack on me. With gravel, the likelihood of losing bottles is pretty high, so I really like running a hydration vest. Just gives you that extra bit of security. And actually the one I was running was the Restrap hydration pack, which is a 2-litre bladder. For someone who drinks as much as me, that's crucial. It meant I took 3 litres in total, and then stopped 3 times during the race to top up on water and electrolytes. So yeah, and then I did actually, I've taken off, run a top shoe bag all the way along here, again Restrap, and I packed that full of all my Veloforte energy bars, energy chews, and then in my hydration pack it had pockets on the front, which then I put all my gels in, which were really easy to access.
It's early. It's very early. It's 5:30 in the morning, and we race in 2 hours time. Like, this is the worst part about having a race so early. It's getting up exceptionally early, because you have to have breakfast and get to the start line an hour before you start for safety briefings, etc. But it's the physically getting out of bed that's the hardest bit. So yeah, let's do it.
We're on the moon. I mean, as far as gravel races go, I think this has got to be up there on one of the coolest ones in the world. Look at this. It's literally like you're on Mars. Oh, although it's exceptionally bumpy. Oh, yeah, so in the race manual, there's like there's an exceptionally steep section about 8k in. It's like, yeah, there's steep, and then there's this. This is literally a wall. Like, even walking up it is a struggle. I reckon it must be 45%. Yeah, even the Wahoos also pause. There we go, so we just hit the last feed station of the day. 37k to go. 2 caffeine gels. No, just stuff my pockets. But it's sweet. Hoping I'll get this again. Come on, glass of stone. What's wrong with those? We've been on like these main roads. They're just saying go to a real bad gravel track at every K. What is on the road? So nice. Gravel track, awesome. Gravel. As I alluded to earlier, bike setup was a hot topic, and you would have seen my setup earlier in the video. And yeah, I actually don't think I would have changed a single aspect of my setup for the Rift. I know a lot of people were running between 40 to 42 mil tyres and were struggling, especially on some of those washboard, really bumpy sections. But the 45 mils with tyre inserts actually proved to be really good. There was a lot of road and quite fast sections, so I was worried running slightly bigger, like a 2-inch or a 50mm tyre would have been slightly too slow on those. So I think the 45mm was a good compromise. Again, the 44 on the front chainring, that was perfect for me. I know I did have to walk those 2 hills in fact, but yeah, no one's ever been able to ride those hills in the history of the race. They're just insanely steep. So no matter how small chainring you're going to go, you're not going to get on those. So I wouldn't worry about that. But yes, chain catcher, definitely need one of those if you're going to be doing the Rift or any gravel. And yeah, and in general, I couldn't recommend this setup anymore. I think having such a nice bike, wherever it's a Ribble or any other brands, racing it, no matter if it's in Iceland, if it's in Spain, or even in the UK, racing or traveling with your bike can be quite a stressful experience. So this year I've actually chosen to use Laka to be my insurance provider for my bike and all my equipment. Luckily nothing went wrong for this trip, but yeah, it's always nice to know someone has your back in case essentially is to hit the fan. And I've had experience in the past where some of my equipment's broken and they've been absolutely flawless in getting that all sorted. And it's a question I get asked quite a lot, especially with traveling and taking the bike in a bike box, because it is a stressful situation to be in. Yeah, you do see the videos online on how the airlines treat your bikes, and knowing someone has your back as well as your equipment, whether that be your bike box, helmet, shoes, you can choose what you add, and the value of everything is always beneficial. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you out on the road soon.